Hello all, welcome to the Pega training demo session. My name is Rahul and I'll be your trainer. Currently I'm working with a multinational company here and having about 5 years of experience, hands-on experience on building and designing systems and applications with Pega as a main platform that is being leveraged in multiple domains. So the main domains that I worked on are healthcare and financials. I've designed these systems and currently working as a senior system architect. So regarding this course, we will be covering all the basic functionalities of Pega along with a very deep-rooted sense of how to debug the systems and how to actually understand what is the underlying code with regard to what is the Java code that is running in the backend, and how easy Pega is as compared to other technologies. We will also take a look at what are the pain points within Pega and what is the architecture of Pega systems. So how the application server is configured with regard to the database, what is the interaction between them, the pooling of that. So these are all the nitty-gritty functionalities of Pega which are currently not known much to people. So we will be covering those aspects so that your fundamentals are very strong and you should be able to excel in your work once you're done with this training. So as a prerequisite for this course, it would be good if you have an overview of any programming language. But if it is something with regard to HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Java, it would be an added advantage as the underlying code of Pega systems is written in these syntaxes. So we can cover those aspects, and I can show you what is the backend code that is running, so you can easily relate to those functionalities. So let's take a look at why Pega is existent and on an overview what a BPM system is, what a business process management. So BPM actually stands for business process management, what it actually stands for. So the first thing that comes up, BPM as a domain and as a functionality for businesses has so many other competitors currently, like IBM Lombard, APN, Savion, so many other market players are there. And why Pega is having the advantage over other BPM tools? Why Pega is having the advantage compared to Java or other programming languages? What is the integration functionalities of Pega and things like that? So to give you a quick overview on the real-time functionality of what a BPM system is, let me just quickly give you an overview of a real-time function here. So currently, I'll just open up my screen. I'm actually logged in. Okay. There on the screen sharing. So if you can see here, I'm currently logged into my Amazon site, and you see that I have an option here it will show me the account details, the orders, the wish list, and things like that. So if I click on this your account, so it will actually take me to the account page, and here I have different functionalities or tasks that I can execute. So it can be as simple as adding a new address. So if I click on this add new address, it would take me through a page which would actually have validated my current account and showing me that I can add a new address here. So this simple task of adding a new address after seeing a person's current account details is called as a business process management. It's the simplest you can say as a simplest example that we can use here. So you have that add an address, you can just fill it up and then you're good to go. So what actually happens in backend is first you have the validation for your current account, you have manage your address book and add a new address. So in order to add a new address, you have gone through actually 3 steps, step 1, step 2, step 3. So if you were to have, it's internally Amazon also is actually using Pega. So if you see the internal functionalities, currently if you see here, you have different features here. If you go to your account, I have edit, add a card. So all these different functionalities are there. So although these are all simple 1 or 2 step tasks, if you see here in this screen, there are at least 20 to 30 tasks that are there. So in order to maintain and manage them, you need a BPM solution, that is a business process management solution. The reason why you need that is because it would make it very easy for you to do the processing. If I were to write these code and this add new address in Java, I would to make a modification in this full name, just make it as n caps or full names or something of that sort. It would require me to make a whole lot of code changes, which would be in Java, or for example, this may be in Java server pages or even in jQuery or JavaScript. So that is when a BPM solution like Pegasystems comes into picture. So to make this modification, it can actually be done in just hardly 10 to 20 seconds of time frame. So and then you can deploy it immediately into systems. So that is why we have a BPM system and why Pega has an advantage. So basically, as I was saying, that Java and other programming languages would require you to do an extensive piece of work, whereas Pega would actually, by leveraging the out-of-the-box, the features that are provided by Pega, you could actually do it very quickly. Why Pega over other BPM tools like IBM Lombard, Appian, or Savion? Mostly because Pega is actually an established leading player, as the architectural systems is very strong. It's a very strong rule-based engine, which can make sure that the IBM or the other tools actually have an Eclipse interface. So there you would actually go ahead and write programming code, whereas Pega would actually have these features built into the product, but you don't need a programming experience. You can just quickly write it up, configure it and move forward. So basically, you can say that it as a configuration tool, and your skill as a Pega architect comes into picture when you know where to configure and how to configure it. So if you know UI and HTML, as in CSS, HTML5 and CSS, which Pega 7 is actually built on, you can actually make use of the code that is present, reuse it, and if there are some issues, you can debug it and all that. So, and another important feature which Pega gives is the integration facilities. Suppose I was doing a programming in Java, I would need to know how to leverage the javax.mail feature. So the package, and reuse those features just to write one, just to send an email. So sending that email would actually require me to write at least 100 lines of code, whereas doing it on just randomly shooting out an email from Pegasystems, Pega product would actually just take hardly 3 to 4 minutes. So you have other basic standard REST interfaces, SOAP interfaces, which are actually the current protocols hot on the market, because these are actually very easy to use, and since Pega would actually not thrive as an independent product at customer locations, you would actually have it exposed to multiple multiple services within large-scale enterprise applications. So a typical Pega deployed application would have a minimum of maybe I would say at least 100 to 200 integrations from other REST and SOAP. So Pega's integration facilities is very strong and it can support it. Fine. So these are the good things of Pega, so that and we would learn all along the course. The other thing is the challenges with Pega. So one of the critical, strong, the pain points of Pega is the reporting section, wherein if you are having a real-time application of probably around millions of data, using Pega reporting would not actually suffice. The reporting functionalities are built on basic HTML and code like that. That is when Oracle Business Reports comes into picture and it beats up Pega. So another thing is it's very difficult to find people with the knowledge and how to flexibly make use of Pega. That is one of the advantages. Probably advantages people with Pega skills have probably a disadvantage to the product. Another thing is testing large-scale enterprise applications. So testing is a very big pain point in Pega, whereas if you use a traditional programming language, you have open source tools like Selenium and things like that, like for Java, that can actually automate the testing easily for you. But whereas Pega's testing applications aren't that strong. And debugging things in production is another pain point, whereas if you had it in Java or other programming languages, you can leverage further features. Whereas debugging things in production live is not a very easy thing to do. So debugging that requires a whole lot of skill set. Another thing is the rule and work object isn't the same node, which actually hampers the performance of the system, because you are actually overloading the entire thing into just one single node and loading it up. As in the entire work object and rules would be in the same database. And with regard to the application server interacting with it and the connection pool features being used there would actually would take a good hit on the performance. So since it's a third-party product, you cannot actually fine-tune it, because the code and internal functionalities of Pega are really proprietary information. You cannot actually change things in that. So coming to the architecture, so you have the for Pega systems to be Pega's rule process commander to be actually deployed, you need to have the application server and the database, which would be given by other third-party vendors. The app servers generally that are supported are JBoss, WebLogic, Tomcat, and quite a number of them. And the database, most of the enterprise applications make use of Oracle, but you have DB2, MS SQL, and all that. So one important thing is the authentication. Pega does not, Pega gives the ability to integrate with other LDAP and SSO servers, but it internally does not have a way to actually store these informations and do the authentication by itself. So it will probably redirect you to the servers, which is a good thing, but that is again one of the extra things that you need to be aware on how to integrate with Pega. So that basically covers the things that are covered in this course. So the course content that you have, so these are the functionalities that we would cover and how to make use of it. So we would, as an add-on, we would give you an overview of at least one framework and its usage, and we would do a hands-on sample project. So one of the important things that we would do in this course was we would actually try to do as much hands-on as possible, because theory part can actually be given within, it's already available in the help document and in Pega Discovery Network. So I would just train you on how to actually use the functionalities and go forward. So this base pretty much covers what the course is and how things are. So yeah, I think we can wrap it up now. Ashok, I think. So regarding the course content that we have, I would give you an overview on similar to what I showed you now with regard to the Amazon setup. I would give you an overview on what is BPM. The main tool that we're working on, we will be training you on Pega 7, which is also known as a Pega Rules Process Commander, which is actually the real name of Pega Rules Process Commander. So, but we just call it as Pega 7 actually. That's the real name. So the reason why it's called as a rule-based engine is because the business rules is what is given most priority here. So with the Pega software installation, I would help you with the installation provided you have the software downloaded from pdn.pega.com. The organization setup, operator ID, so these would actually be covered on how an application is actually built, an enterprise scale application. So we would actually go through the rules and versions, portals. So here I will show you what is the backend code being generated. Another thing would be the building of new applications, DCO, application profiler, accelerator, and express. These are pretty much the things that are covered in 6.x, but in 7. These are all merged into a single thing. So another important thing would be the class structure, wherein how to design the class structure for a business system that can be that is also scalable actually. So we need to be showing you that. Another thing is the abstract, concrete classes, data model, data table. So these would actually show you on how to maintain the data within the system using designing the data model and the data table. The data input to these would be in the forms of properties, which can be again different types within Pega. Another thing is how to design the user interface. So the user interface is what the front-end user would actually be seeing, and that is the rendered HTML code. The process definition, then the check-in and check-out functionalities which are specific to the rules. Another thing we would cover which is important is the process flow. So this is a process definition and different shapes used in flows and their purpose. So these are actually what would actually drive the business process. So you have flow wherein you would have different shapes which would have individual use case functionalities. Another thing is the advanced UI and screen flows which is specific within the system. Okay, one of the primary things we would cover which is required heavily by the business is validation. So assuming that since this sample example, if I were to just click here as save and continue, it would actually throw me a validation error. Oops, okay, it's actually asking me login and see, it's actually giving me this validation. So these validations can be done without any piece of code within Pega by just configuring things. So then assigning the work and routing it. So the moment I fill up these details, it would actually get assigned to some backend person who would validate these information so that the delivery is can be easily done by Amazon. So on what is a service level agreement that comes up, and within how much time the person should respond back to the customer, and then the reports, how to migrate and deploy the things. I would help you build a sample service within Pega using the SOAP UI and Postman clients. Another thing is the usage of Fiddler to debug Pega, which is a third-party rule. The guardrails on how to make use of Pega and the best functionality that is present. Another important thing is the admin work, where you need to know how to tune the applications development and deploy the systems. Okay, so these are the things that we would cover in this course. Another add-on that you can get is interview tips and resume preparation. So yeah, that pretty much covers an overview of the course, things that we will go through. Rahul, Ashok, I think